Alright, the Keykeeper, I'm going to go over what's inside my toolbox. I've been, over the past couple months, been compiling this toolbox to include everything that would qualify as basic hand tools. You know, battery wrenches, all the way over to wire crimpers and screwdrivers, and anything and everything in between. So I'm going to start off by going over what's in the first tray of my toolbox that I found myself using almost every day. Number one item is my Radio Shack pyrometer, or digital thermometer. I got it a while back. It's no more than, let's see here, a couple weeks old. I've only had it a couple weeks, but since I'm going to be an auto mechanic, it'll come in handy. I used it when I did my Pontiac video about recharging the air conditioning system and stuff like that. I've got two GM side terminal battery wrenches. One is my dad's, this one's my dad's, and then this one's mine. It's a Craftsman, go figure. I have some red thread locker Loctite. I have NIC's little screwdriver that comes with the airsoft guns, a Sharpie marker for marking stuff, a paint pen, an air chuck, an adapter, a parking brake tool for my mother's O2 Park Avenue. I think it's an O2. Some house keys for a house I look after. A screwdriver, magnetizer tool. My set of that's a vacuum hose. My set of 4 Craftsman picks. I have a funny looking one, a 90-degree one, a straight one, which is more of a cleaning tool. Then I have my favorite O-ring pick that I used at work the other day when I had to dismantle a old water softener. I had to pick all the O-rings out of the brass block it was in. This tool is very handy to have if I'm doing a lot of looking behind stuff that I can't see. Oh, come on, you worked the other day. There we go, that's bright. It's a little mirror that extends out quite a little bit. It's got 5 sections it can extend up to. I think the total reach for that thing is, I don't know, a good distance. I could probably reach the ceiling if my pedal fan wasn't going. Don't want to break it. I got it for Christmas from Dad, and it comes in very handy. And I also have some dielectric grease from when I had to do a headlight removal and replacement on our 2000 Chrysler Grand Voyager minivan, because the O-ring on the headlight module needed to be greased to keep it from tearing. And then I believe that this 9-volt battery is good because it's a replacement for the one in the multimeter whenever it goes bad. Well, now that y'all know what's in the first tray of my toolbox, I'm going to set that aside. I'm going to drag my other toolbox over here, the other part of the toolbox, not the other toolbox. Anyway, I have a roll of white masking tape that comes in handy if something breaks out in the field and I don't have the proper way to repair it, or I need tape for some other interesting project, like taping UXW Bill's head shut because he's talking too much or something like that. I've got a bag of fuses. I bought like a 30 or 40 fuse kit from Napa a long time ago, and I had been keeping it in the brown truck, and you know how that goes. Package gets spilled open in the truck, and you start kicking the fuses around thinking, well, I'll pick those up someday. Well, eventually I never did, and I think I've got all of them in there, but that comes in handy because it's got it's got 2 battery bolts in there for a lawnmower, and then it's got a bunch of other stuff. The battery bolts, a packet of fuses, and I think I've got fuses in there all the way down to 2 amp, I think. Anyway, I've got a set of 3 Phillips screwdrivers, sizes 1, 2, and 3. A wire crimper, just a little cheap one. Comes in handy if I have to do an emergency wiring repair. A pair of slip joint Stanley pliers I got at, I think it was Walmart for $5. It was a kit, a big pair of pliers and a small pair of pliers. Some sanding tape I picked up out at the farm. A little Lutz tape measure, I want to say, and the nice thing about it is it has increments between the inches, so a dum-dum like me can read it. I have a basic socket set going all the way down to 1/4 inch, all the way up to 13/16. It's not 1/4 inch, it's probably just 5. Yeah, it's just 5/16, a hair bigger. I've got English and metric nut wrenches, nut drivers. A search magnet, it comes in handy when you drop small screws out of the carburetor. Some trash. I've got 3 of these. This is the biggest one. I've got 2 smaller ones. I have a 10-inch crescent wrench, and then I have an 8-inch crescent wrench. I have a small set of vice grips and a bigger set of vice grips, and then 2 baby ones that I picked up from the old man. I've got a cut-off wheel that I had to use on a Pontiac in one day. This cut-off wheel mounts in a 3/8 or 1/4 inch drill, and the big screw just unwinds when you use up your cutter wheel. I've got a bit set, and then a 1/4 inch bit driver. I have a 3/8 ratchet right here for the socket set. Needle nose pliers, small pliers, and then I've got 4 or 5 spark plug sockets ranging in different sizes all the way from 3/8 to 13/16. And then I've got some miscellaneous stuff in here, a piece of wire, ash hook, some screws out of that dehumidifier I was working on a while back. But everything else in here are the other set of screwdrivers, the bladed and Phillips ones, and then every other nut driver, English and metric, going all the way down from 1/4 inch all the way up to 1/2 inch. So that is what's in my toolbox, and I would appreciate it greatly if you all would do a video response of what's in your toolbox, whether it's a small dinky one like this, or if it's one of those huge 10-drawer Craftsman jobbers that has wheels and it's like 6 foot tall that you roll around in your shop from project to project. So until next time, this is Kiki signing off.